Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your guide into the world of the Chinese language and culture. I'm going to show you one expression a day, and we started from reviewing of yesterday's expression and then go with a new one. So yesterday we learned 缘木求鱼. Basically, there's wood, there's fish, or trees, fish. It told a story or the lesson about you're looking for something in the wrong place. You're not going to find fish in the woods, right? So that's just an expression to remind people looking at where you're going. And don't do anything futile. So all together, the four characters tells you, like, you work harder if in the wrong direction, you're not going to get good results. So it's futile effort. Today we carry over the word 鱼 in the phrase 如鱼得水. I think we met almost all of these characters individually before from other phrases. Take a moment, see if you can recall any of that. But if not, I can do a quick review session with you of each individual word. 如 is a comparison of A to B. It's a language signifier to tell us, okay, we're going to tell you a story. It's not like in the literal, don't take it in the literal sense. It's a metaphor. So use metaphor as a way to tell you the meaning of something. So that's 如. The structure is on the left side, it's woman, the symbol of woman. On the right side is the symbol of mouse. So it's like a woman following the instructions from the mouse. And it becomes the meaning of follow something. And then it further gets to from follow, like comparing something. So if this one is follow the same logic as something else, so it's a comparison, the similarities of two things. The second character 鱼 comes from the image of the fish. We have the head, the scales, and the tail. Everything, the major parts of fish is there. And the third word 得 is a little bit more complicated. And I believe this is the first time we met this word, but this word is used very often in Chinese language, simply because of the meaning. Who doesn't want to get things, right? So this is get, the meaning of get or gain. It comes from three parts. The left one with two sideways strokes and a vertical line is a symbol or meaning maker of anything you act or you do, your walk, walk the walk. So that's the meaning, the walk. And then the top, it was simplified. By itself, it means the sun, right? The block with the horizontal line, that means the sun. But it was extracted from a more complicated word that instead of with a horizontal line in the middle, there is this almost like a person symbol going into the middle. But because the word is so compact, so that this symbol was taken out. The original symbol means shell, and shell in ancient times is the currency. That's what people use as money form back then. And then the bottom part is kind of a transformed way image of the hand. So the hand, we used to have like three horizontal lines with this, your arm part, and then we have three lines going here. Is kind of the hand image, and here the third line becomes a dot, simply because the compact space. So altogether, the meaning, you have an act, you have the money, and you have the hand. Altogether, it means you provided some service with your hand, with your labor. You get paid by the money, and the act of the whole thing get paid by the money is you gain something. So that's a legit way of getting paid, right? Through your service, through your labor. So the whole word comes to becomes get. The last word, water, we have seen this one before. And water, when it's abstracted, become a part of the word, use 3 dots, become water, because the whole thing is so complicated, right? But when it's written in this full form, it almost like a stream. Like you can see the main direction of the water, and then there are some swirls by the side, kind of like that. It also came from the image of the water, how it flows. So yesterday we have this futile image of you're looking for fish, but in the woods, it's the wrong way. So today is almost like the opposite. It's like instead of futile, you put the fish in the water, and then the fish is going to become a fish, like what the fish can do best, right? It's like survive or thrive in the water. So the whole meaning becomes in your element. So like a fish, you get water, you get what you need to function, to operate, to flourish. So in application of this word, 如鱼得水, we can use it in the situation when we say somebody 如鱼得水, means in their element, in the right condition to perform. So like in a company, if you recruit right people for the right position, then that person is going to be 如鱼得水. It's going to be fun for the person, and the company benefits by simply put the right person in the right element, like for the person to operate. So that's the whole imagery that we use to create this sense of you need to put fish in the water, right? For the fish to be a fish, to fulfill its fishness. Okay, here is a picture I picked for a typical Chinese depiction of fish. It's kind of a Chinese carp, and because we have come to this dream of red chamber, right? So red is a special color in China. It simplifies good fortune. It's simply a powerful color that it jumps at you. It passes a lot of energy, right? So the whole background is this grayish, bluish background. Water, calm, but with turbulence in it, right? But then the fish jumps out in its red and goldness. So this is kind of traditional color combination that try to draw your attention to express the message of a good fortune. And fish, in this context, because the drawing was titled, then we can kind of know what the full story of the image. It says 鲤鱼跳龙门. 鲤鱼 is a type of fish, means the carp, with a whisk, and then 鱼 is a fish, right? Same 鱼. You can see how 鱼 is written in its calligraphy form. You can still recognize that, right? But with its own style and movement. 跳 is jump, so we can see the foot symbol there. Jump. 龙门, so 龙 is the dragon. It's hard to see if it's not clear. It's more complicated. It's basically the picture of the dragon, serpentine in the sky. And men, this is the kind of come from image, right? With 2 doors and open like that, and with some decoration on top of the door. So 鲤鱼套龙门 all together. The carp trying to jump over the dragon gate. 龙门, long's dragon. 门 is door or gate. So there is a bar that's setting over there, and then the fishes all trying to jump over it. So it is actually a symbol to kind of capture the whole concept of the ancient Chinese way of meritocracy. It's like you guys all spend years reading up on the classics, of Chinese literature or language or philosophy. Get yourself educated, basically. So through education, if you are a carp that work hard enough or you're intelligent enough, and then you jump over, you are able to jump high enough through this examination system to jump over this dragon gate, then your life is like a whole different sphere. You are kind of performing this inter-class or social stratification, mobility, like upward mobility thing. Like you are jumping ladders up. You're going to have a life-changing result simply by being able to demonstrate that you know well enough through this examination system that you can jump over and become to distinguish yourself from the many students who took the lesson and get educated, but you just outperform, and so you were able to be selected. So that's kind of like a bar, right? And so that's just to give you a little bit background, like why Chinese parents and why Chinese families emphasize or value so much about education, because that's the one channel for a family to change its fortune from one generation to another. By educating your kids well, so that kids can jump over the dragon gate and then get to a totally different stratification and go up there. So it's encouraged, like very driven for kids through years, like decade long or even longer of study, of learning all the wisdoms, like whatever the educational system passed back then, like to be able to be well read, well spoken, well thought, and so that you can write. You can be well written. Right? You can demonstrate that you can have a clear idea and feel connected to all that generations of wealth of knowledge and information that you can capture and organize and demonstrate it in your writing, to show to the government back then, the emperors or whoever, like layers of bureaucracy, to show that you can be a good communicator and you understand the concepts. And so that is why education, that we are all this carp fish trying to jump over this dragon gate. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the story, and that's the ultimate motivation why Chinese are so crazy about education. Thank you very much for your time with me. I hope to see you another day.